TV's Rick Blood is here!
Rick Blood.
Rick Blood.
Rick Blood.
Rick Blood.
Hey, that's cool.
Welcome to Unfiltered. This week, yellow, and Andrea's got a bunch in there for me. But actually, I'm going to start the show because I made a promise. For the past, 3 weeks, Galen Trinkle's been holding his little video production class here at Cheshire TV. And what he ended up with 4 kids that ended up sticking it out all the way through. But they did a week every day, and then they took a week off because Galen had some prior commitments, and then they finished out on the 3rd week, and they put together a little 3-minute and 40-second movie. And I want to give you the names. Galen had an adult helper. Chris Cake helped him out with the entire thing. The students that were involved were John Marty, Tim Butler, Carolyn Cake, Sarah Fields, and Shelby Stanton. And of course, I got roped into a little bit. Ernie got roped into a little bit. So I told them that I would do their world broadcast premiere right here on my show. And then starting tomorrow and the rest of the week, you'll see it as a little filler piece that will air on Cheshire TV over and over and over, probably forever, so that even their grandkids will be able to see it. But it's a little movie called That, so take a look. Hey, this is Rick Blood here. It's really me. Look, that thing's changed my hair, all different colors. I know, it's the government. Them Free State guys were right. Oh my God, here it comes again. I gotta get out of here.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin from the KBS Keene Broadcasting System. UFOs have been reported flying over downtown Keene and are reported to be landing in Central Square. The mayor urges that all citizens should be calm. No need to panic. We'll bring you more details as they become available. We now return you to our regular programming. Are we clear? Mommy! Mommy!
Oh my god, what is it? A UFO!
Rick. What? You're asleep, my God.
Galen, you wouldn't believe the strange dream I just had.
Really? What? Oh my God, what is that?
So, what do you think? Cute, huh? Yeah, it's all right. I mean, they worked on it for like 2 weeks. Did a great job. Did all the shooting themselves. The effects, they used green screen. I mean, I'm not even brave enough to try green screen and stuff yet. So,
Galen could use a few acting lessons, though.
well, you know, the acting in general was very shoddy, but they didn't have a big budget, you know. So, what can we say? They haven't got the bill yet for the acting. They will. Saw some things in Thursday's paper that some of them are disgusting, some of them are outrageously funny. But apparently a couple of pigs caused a motorcycle accident in Stoddard. No, Greg, not the cop kind of pigs. They were there to pick up the pieces. But like real honest to goodness pigs ran out in the middle of the road and caused a motorcycle crash.
That would suck.
That would, yeah. It says Carla Tricker and Teresa McGuire were riding on Route 123 in Stoddard with 2 other motorcyclists at about 4:20 p.m. when pigs crossed in front of them.
Wow, that sucks.
4:20 p.m. I bet drugs were involved. Just saying. Maybe not the motorcyclists, but probably the pigs. Stupid. This one here. This is one of the lowest friggin' things. A thief ripped a hand-painted sign off a 10-year-old's lemonade stand. How low is that?
That's pretty low.
Yeah. Had multicolored lettering. The mom said she wanted to earn a little bit of her own money. So she set up a lemonade stand, hand-painted a sign, and somebody stole it.
I would check out the competing lemonade stands in the area and see if they're sporting a new sign.
I would know it's probably just some screwball, you know?
It's industrial espionage.
No, I wouldn't go that far. But, you know, I'm just saying, that's low. And, you know, if I'll say it, you know, there ain't no tattling about it. You know, you hear somebody bragging about this fantastic crime they committed, you know, don't turn them in. Just beat them severely about the head and shoulders because they're retarded. That's the way I feel. And Otterbrook is open for swimming. Surrey's not. I was up to Surrey today, and man, there's more water than I have ever seen up there. I can't remember the last time that I saw water up there. I mean, even in the springtime. Actually, springtime is basically normal to get, you know, that picture in the Sentinel with the bathhouses, just their roof sticking out of the water. and the picnic tables chained to the top of the trees. But that's usually like April. This is August. And it's still, you can't get to the parking lot. The only place to go and enjoy a bit of sun up there is in that upper pavilion area where it's,
Oh, where we've had cake before.
oh yeah, a lot of keggers up there. But where the road goes down from that pavilion, you can't go but maybe 50 feet lower than the pavilion, but what the water line's right there. Yeah, unbelievable amount of rain. And this story, leave it to our New Hampshire prison system. Jesus. It's funny because
We don't.
I'll get to this, but I gotta say this before I forget it. I was getting my tires done today. Getting new tires put on my car because I wore out a set already. And I saw Randy and his wife taking a walk, so I was talking to Randy, and him and Chris are getting ready to do an episode of No Spin on the new jail. And I guess there's some differences because Randy and Chris would like Van Wickler to tour us through the jail. But the county commissioners apparently feel the need to puff up their chests and be the ones to take them through on the tour. But I'm leaning to Van Wickler because I was actually in the county farm when Van Wickler took over. And I saw the great things Van Wickler basically did for the jails, for the county farm, what Lee Perkins has done for Cheshire TV. No doubt. He took the thing and he made it less about punishments and more about rehabilitations. You know, he instated a lot of programs, and he's done huge things for the Cheshire County Farm. But this story from Concord, minimum security inmate is on the loose again. And you notice I said again. Apparently this guy was serving a sentence and he was in the phase where he was at the halfway house, which I guess is when you start to transition on your way out. And he got permission to go out job hunting and just didn't go back. Here's the stupid part. In 2006, he was at the county farm in Westmoreland, and what the hell was his, he was asked to take out some trash. And guess what? He just never came back. Now, this second time
Now,
around...
did they specify where to take the trash? Because he might have taken it to Vermont, you know.
Apparently, no. He took it 2 miles from the jail to a wooded area.
He was trying to get to the Keene landfill.
To a wooded area, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But he's in jail for like burglary and stuff. If you are asked to take out the trash and you don't come back, all right, fine. They caught him. They sentenced him to more time. Blah, blah, blah. When this time rolled around and he said, I want to go out looking for a job, somebody should have said, wait a minute. We can't trust him to go 30 feet. How can we trust him to go, you know, out looking for a job? I don't care what the budget is, little sawed-off Governor Lynch. Listen, if you're sending prisoners out to look for work, send a damn guard with them. Jesus, we could have, you pay off-duty police officers $50, $60 an hour to direct traffic, but you can't pay somebody an extra shift to escort prisoners to look for jobs?
Screw that. Keep him in there and let him serve his time and tell
Well,
us
let him
where the
serve his
hell the
job.
jobs are at, because the rest of us need some good, decent work.
You're right. But part of rehabilitation, Bruce, means that you have to get them accustomed to being back in the world.
Teach them crafty stuff, how to lay bricks, build walls,
He was being a little too crafty, I think.
make baskets, license plates,
Problem with being in jail is you learn different crimes to commit.
They don't teach needlepoint or
Well, I learned computer
finger
stuff
painting or
when I was in there. I learned how to work like Microsoft Word or something. This was back in like the real early 90s when computers were like fairly brand new.
and it didn't take you long to forget how to do that shit because you were ignorant as
I forgot
hell.
immediately because I went back out into the world and I, like I said, I learned about new crimes. So, oh well, but no, I didn't know enough in the computer industry to get a job working with computers. And I couldn't get a good enough job to be able to afford to buy a computer. Right out of jail, I went to work for Applebee's as the lowest, thing you could get. And you work your way back, start again in life, and that's the way it is. All right. What else was I going to talk about? Let me talk about one of these stories Andrea gave me. This one was kind of a funny one. No, this one was even funnier because it's about an animal. No German Bravo stories tonight, Andrea. No. It's slow on the Bravo circuit these days. What can you say? People are happy. They don't complain.
I'm sure they have other brothels in other countries that we can start investigating.
German ones sound like fun.
The German ones are probably a lot of fun. I've never been to a German one. But I think next year I may shoot out to one of them Las Vegas ones. Or maybe even a Rhode Island one. I don't know. Technically, the bathroom of a Dunkin' Donuts is indoors, right?
Yeah.
Just for in case I go to Rhode Island? All right. Apparently, a guy lost his cell phone in Idaho at the zoo. But he didn't really lose it. A pelican swallowed it. Trying to figure out how. Oh, the guy dropped the cell phone near the little chute where the pelican's food goes. So, the zoo superintendent said luckily the bird regurgitated it so it wouldn't harm him. So I assume the guy got it back. Oh, they don't know who it is. Probably nobody wants to pick it up and check the caller IDs and stuff either. 'Cause
Most people usually have home programmed into
Yeah.
their phone, or somebody familiar like mom or.
yeah, I do. I've got a Japanese number for home. I never call it, but in case somebody finds my thing and punches it up. Not funny? All right. This is a good one. I just open this thing at random, Andrea, and pull this stuff out. Actually, am I on this camera? I am. We talk about probably the best news of the entire week was that Bill Clinton hopped on a jet airplane and zipped over to North Korea and zipped back with the two Asian journalists. I'm trying to think. It was not Lisa Ling. Lisa Ling's sister, I believe. and another girl. I don't know their names, but I was looking in there for help, Bruce, hoping that maybe Andrea might like shout out the
Yeah,
words.
because I didn't read the story, dude. I can't help you.
But no, the weird thing is, Clinton went in there and got them chicks out of there faster than he got Monica Lewinsky into his office. I couldn't believe it. These girls, they've been holding these girls for like months and months and months. And like Clinton just goes in, waltzes out with them. I don't know what he did. He's like, whoosh, in, out. He's got the girls. I don't. You think he took Monica and just said, hey, Kim Jong, you know? Well,
Traded
Trade
Monica
off?
for the girls.
I don't know. But I think it's fantastic. And the other day when they had, they interrupted Regis and Kelly for this airplane landing so these two girls could get off of it. I saw that and I went, we should make Clinton president again. Who cares what he did in the past? Let's make him president now. Because, man, oh man, over there, got them girls, got them out. It was kind of like in 79 and early 80 when Iran had all the American hostages over there for like 400 and something days or 700 days or something. They were held. Yeah, as soon as Reagan took office, they were out. So maybe Kim Jong is just like, you know, Bush was a dick, Obama's a dick, I'm not dealing with any of them. As soon as Clinton showed up, Kim Jong was like, whatever you want, boss. Of course, we don't know what Clinton promised in return, you know. Because apparently during the Clinton administration, there were some great open talks with North Korea, and Clinton gave them nuclear power, you know, and there was like a whole dialogue that they weren't going to make weapons, they were just going to do power, and we were going to help them, and then somewhere that went south, and I don't know, but I think it's a great thing that Clinton did. Now, where does, you know, on top of the fact that the girls worked for Al Gore, because apparently after Al Gore stopped being vice president, now he got all wrapped up in the global warming thing, and then now he's like owns a TV station or something. So, and these girls were working for them, and but now what? We just had 3 hikers get taken hostage in Iran because they were hiking in Iraq and apparently took a wrong turn and ended up in Iran, or somehow crossed the border, and now they're being held in Iran. So what? Should we send Clinton over to get them out too? Or do you maybe have to wait a certain, you know, prerequisite amount of time before, you know, Clinton will step in and come over and help you? But, you know, I don't care what anybody says about Clinton. I think he was a good president. I think Nixon was a good president. Any president that's got that little, that little edge of crookedness. That's what you want a president. You want him to be a straight shooter, but you want him to not be afraid to bend the little rules.
Incoming.
So, thanks, man. But, I mean, night, Lee. I'll see you tomorrow. Lee's on his way home. So, but anyway, that's just what I think. All right. Can we do crew call? God, I've rambled on already for 25 minutes. All right. We don't have Jim because Jim's over at City Council signing autographs on taping night here. But we've got Greg setting up for the booth shot. And in the studio, everybody's heard him laugh all night anyway. They know when you're here, they know when you're not here, Greg. long before crew call. And in the booth we have Bruce and Andrea.
How's it going out there tonight, Rick?
It's going good. It's fun.
So far, it's not too bad.
A
Not
lot
too
of wacky things to talk about, man.
bad. As always.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
always pull something out. Don't always know where you get it, but you pull something out. But been a decent week. Andrew and I have been a little out under the weather, but surviving. The little hot spell that we had on Monday and Tuesday kind of kicked her butt, but it doesn't bother me. I'm always in long sleeves anyway, so. But no, having fun. Everything's going well. We had the race at Pocono this week. Andrea's about gonna fill everybody in, so we're gonna go ahead and turn it on over to her.
Gee, I get it so soon. Yeah, Pocono race, and it was a good race as usual. Pocono's always good. Results of the race were Denny Hamlin, and I know that excited you, Rick, because he came in first and he's your guy.
Yeah.
Juan Montoya, after that horrible, horrible, devastating loss that he had to take the week before, came in second. Clint Boyer came up to third, which was an excellent finish for him. Sam Hornish Jr., he had a nice finish with fourth, and Casey Kane fifth. A lot of the leading points runners were further on down. Mark Martin 7th, Gordon 8th, Stewart 10th, Jimmy Johnson 13th, and well, let's see, Kyle Busch, he's not one of your forerunners, but he came in 16th, which was good for him because he did, he did come up in the points like he wanted. Not a lot, but he did come up. Anyways, the point standings are with Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch. Denny's came up a spot into fifth. Carl Edwards, Casey Kane, Juan Montoya came up 2 places. He looks like he's going to secure a place in the chase this year. Ryan Newman in 9th, Mark Martin, Kenseth, and Greg Biffle. Now, Kenseth and Biffle are pretty much right on the bubble. Anything could happen in the next few races. You've got Kyle Busch, Brian Vickers, Clint Boyer, and David Ruderman are the 4 running closest to him. And like I said, just about anything could happen. It could knock those guys right out. Or, like I said, they could go further on down. Not a whole lot going on. The biggest bit of news I found was Jeremy Mayfield. And, as you all know, he got busted for methamphetamines, and he was suspended indefinitely. And right now there's a court date that's been set for September of 2010. So personally, I think NASCAR should just go ahead and buy him off and shut him up and get him the heck out. Now, they did say the majority of the garage, the guys are all behind NASCAR 100%. They feel that there may be a little tweaking that it's needed in the drug testing policy, but for the most part, they say that the policy's good and they support NASCAR all the way. So Jeremy Mayfield has pretty much seen his last days as a driver in the Cup Series. And the other thing is, it's kind of amusing with Kyle Busch. He's trying to pretty much project that I'm a nice guy image, and they're showing him with little puppy dogs, and he's trying to get a better. He's such a little skunk. He's trying to get a better. That's it. He's trying to suck up to the public, but he still can't. He still can't keep that positive attitude in. As soon as he starts to open his mouth and talk, the next thing you know is, well, we're doomed to come in second. Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not a good positive attitude to have. As long as you say you're a loser, you're going to be a loser. But if you always do the very best you can at any given moment, that makes you a winner, no matter where you place. So that's my theory, and that's my... Yes, everybody's a winner. We all deserve a trophy. That's
right.
my little insight for the night. But anyways, they'll be at Watkins Glen this week, which is a nice road course race. So that ought to... Yes, Marcus Ambrose. He's a good driver on that road course. So anyways, we'll see what flies and see what shakes up the points this week, but it's on. Back to you, Rick.
Well, thanks, Andrea. I don't know which one to do first. There's just so many. Apparently, the sport of cockfighting with, like, roosters has been illegal since last year in the United States, when Louisiana, the last state where it was legal, outlawed it. Now, apparently, the Postal Service is thinking about banning any mail advertising cockfighting, which makes no sense, because if cockfighting's illegal, then where's your market? Apparently, there's 2 magazines that are dedicated to the practice, called The Gamecock and Grit and Steel, and they're still being published. But Postal Service says it's proposing labeling the publications as unmailable. But that's all right. They'll just put it out over the internet. And why not? What did I hear? Washington Post, I believe? Or no, Wall Street Journal, I think, is going to start charging for their internet newspaper. Yep, because they figure there's money to be made, and people will pay on the internet for good reporting. This is good reporting. From Wausau, Wisconsin. Remember the story from Wausau, Wisconsin, Andrea? Apparently, there was a guy there who was married, liked to fool around maybe a little bit.
A little too much.
A little too much, maybe. This is weird, because he was arrested on allegations of child abuse and theft, unlawful phone use, and harassment with a death threat in a domestic abuse investigation. Apparently, 4 women, including the man's wife, and 2 women reported to be his lovers, are accused of luring the man into a hotel room, tying him up to the bed and blindfolding him, and then supergluing his penis to his stomach.
Oh, that must have hurt.
Oh, baby. I've glued my fingers together before. It ain't fun. There's you know, I'd love to make up, like, a bunch of jokes about that story, but I don't really think you need to. You can just think about it and you laugh.
Dude, there's just some things you don't joke about. I mean, you don't joke about it getting caught in a zipper, or getting smashed or kicked, or super glued. It's not funny, no matter how it goes.
Apparently, Greg, he deserved it. You know. All right. Let's move on to something else just as stupid. This is from Lawrence, Mass. And once again, it's time to reiterate the fact that old people need to be retested before they get their driver's licenses renewed. An 83-year-old woman broadsided a police cruiser. Yeah, a Lawrence police officer is being treated for neck and back injuries after his cruiser was broadsided by an 83-year-old woman with her 94-year-old passenger. Look, You don't let 16, 17-year-old kids drive around like that together because they distract each other. Do not let two old people drive around. I mean, sometimes it's good because you would think a lot of times if one forgets something, the other one would remember it. But no, apparently both of these people forgot at the same time and hit a police cruiser. I don't know. Said her and the passenger didn't appear seriously hurt. But dumb.
But the cop was the
Let me tell you about another old dude and a cop. And this ain't a joke either. A 76-year-old Wyoming man was driving an antique tractor in a small town parade when apparently a cop seemed to think that he hit a car with the tractor and told him to stop, and he didn't stop, so the officer proceeded to taser him. I'm telling you, that must have been a hell of a parade. And I wish I was there. Because to see a 76-year-old guy driving an antique tractor with a cop and his taser. I don't know. But 2 officers were placed on paid leave, and state agents are investigating. Police chief says it doesn't appear that any police policies were violated. Yeah. I don't know. But the old guy, 76-year-old retired truck driver, he told the Associated Press that he has a heart condition, but it didn't require any medical attention, and it hurt, but he's okay. So, see, stuff it just keeps getting weirder and weirder and weirder. You know, there's really nothing you can do about it. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, there's TV ads because apparently they could use some of this water that we've got up here. And they're actually encouraging people to pee in the shower. Because they say if a household avoids 1 flush a day, it can save up to 1,157 gallons of water per year. And that could help the rainforests. So apparently the television spot features cartoon drawings of people from all walks of life, a trapeze artist, a basketball player, and even an alien urinating in the shower. Narrated by children's voices, the ad ends with "Pee in the shower, save the Atlantic rainforest." I mean, I've heard of peeing in the shower, but only if you've got athlete's feet. I heard you're supposed to pee on your feet. I never tried it, but all right. One more, because this is funny, and this will lead us right into the musical interlude. Because it's true, you can be too old to rock and roll. This week, 61-year-old Steven Tyler fell off the stage. That's right. When that happens, Steven, it's time to quit. Give it up, you know. Do like Willie Nelson. Pull up a chair. Get a guitar, sit down. Sing a little, smoke a little. It's safer. You're 61, you shouldn't be bouncing around, jumping off amplifiers. Apparently he was on he was entertaining the crowd by dancing around after the sound system failed during a song. And he was on the stage little catwalk when he fell backwards. Says he tottered backwards and fell. So he was taken to the hospital. It doesn't say whether he was all right or not, but yeah.
He hurt his shoulder, and I think he's banged his head, and one other thing, but he wasn't seriously injured. Sorry.
I mean, the guy did heroin for like 30 years. There ain't nothing that can hurt him, I don't think. Guy's a freak. But, you know, that's what the love of a job will do, you know? All right. Tonight on the Mom's Tattoo musical interlude from the 2007 Music Fest, Soup Bone Throne. I like it.
I cannot feel I've got my smokes. I'll need a wall to hold me up into the rain. And when my face gets the loudness in the bar, I'm at a monster with a cracking piece of glass. I swear I saw. Halfway down the stairs, I flip a coin, catch strangers all around. The room is dancing wall to wall. Except there is no sound. Music to be heard for miles and miles. Still they dance, I swear I saw. Yeah, won't you grant me the wisdom to make better decisions? I'm fresh out of ideas I can really maintain. Yeah, won't you grant me the wisdom to make better decisions? I'm fresh out of ideas I can really maintain. I feel a tap upon my shoulder, turn around, and then they gone off to the dealer, keeping business with the bugs upon the ground. I shake his limbs up to the sky and glowing eyes, I swear I saw. Yeah, won't you grant me the wisdom to make better decisions? I'm fresh out of ideas I can really maintain. Yeah, won't you grant me the wisdom to make better decisions? I'm fresh out of ideas I can really maintain. Yeah, won't you grant me the wisdom to make better decisions? I'm fresh out of ideas I can really maintain. Can't see now, can't hear now, can't speak now, don't want to. Can't see now, can't hear now, can't speak now, don't want to. Can't see now, can't hear now, can't speak now, don't want to. Can't see now, can't hear now, can't speak now, don't want to. Thank you very much.
All right. All right. And hey, I went through the yellow folder over there, and this one caught my eye even more than the one you were telling me about, Andrea, because apparently some things just aren't worth doing. For instance, a Seattle bank teller ran down a would-be bank robber and held him until police arrived. Bank teller's lost his job. Yeah. He's worked for more than 2 years at a key bank branch near Seattle Center and understands the bank's strict policy that employees comply with robbery demands and avoid confrontations. But apparently, when a man in a beanie cap, dark clothing, and sunglasses pushed a black backpack across a bank counter on Tuesday, instinct took over, and the man threw the bank teller threw the bag on the floor and lunged toward the man and demanded to see a weapon. And the man headed out the door with the bank teller in pursuit. Says he chased him several blocks before knocking him to the ground. But says police and FBI discourage such heroics. But I say, hell no, stand up. Because chances are, especially if a guy with a beanie hat, yeah.
Yeah, if the dude's got a gun, then you can comply.
I mean, you know, it's the whole deal about, I don't know. Granted, it's not, I worked late night at a convenience store once in my life, you know, at a gas station convenience store, worked the graveyard shift. And my boss always told me, you know, don't worry about it. If somebody comes in and robs you, give them whatever they want. And I said, if somebody comes in with a gun and I really feel threatened, I will take the cash register to their car for them. I will load it in the car. Because I don't want to get hurt. But no, I mean, it's, maybe that's why there's so much rampant crime and violence. Because everybody knows that the normal average person will back down. The average convenience store worker will back down. You know, anybody will. It's when you see these videos of the convenience store people fighting back, you know, that you wonder.
I like the one that they got this thing that goes up.
Oh yeah, the thing that goes, they've got windows now, and, but no, I'm talking about like these store owners that will pull out a golf club or a baseball bat or their own gun, and that gives a criminal just a little bit of pause, you know, when they have to stop and go, well, you know, is this the store that I'm going into that, you know, instead of them just giving me the money, they're going to beat me with a baseball bat? You know, maybe if criminals had to worry about that all the time, you know. Personally, if I knew that every time a cop saw a car with one headlight burnt out, they shoot through the windshield and kill you, I would damn sure make sure both my headlights worked. You know.
I think the point you're making is that we should all take responsibility and stand up and, you know, protect ourselves and not cower in fear like the media
Right.
would
I mean,
like us to do.
Don't go crazy, but, you know, yes. Let people know that we're not going to cow down for that kind of thing. We're not going to put up with that kind of behavior. I don't know. Because, honestly, this is how stupid people are. A Pennsylvania guy was released in November for robbing a bank. He's been arrested again for robbing the same bank that he was arrested for robbing the first time.
He was trying to get it right. You know, if you don't, you know, if at first you don't succeed.
He went to prison for robbing the bank in 2003. He was released in November. On Tuesday, he was charged with the July 27th robbery of the same bank he robbed the first time. He's being held on $200,000 bail for being stupid. And he's also charged with robbing a supermarket pharmacy on the same day that he robbed the bank. So apparently he had to rob
He's
the
stupid
pharmacy,
and greedy.
get some drugs. He did the drugs and then decided he needed to rob a bank. Authorities don't know if he detained a lawyer. Probably not. He sounds too stupid. And this just sounds just blatantly wrong. What did they arrest him for? Hold on. Give me just a second. I don't read these things until I come out here. Disorderly conduct. Same thing that they arrested Sam Dodson for. This happened in Three Rivers, Michigan. A man's been arrested for barking at a police dog. Maybe he didn't want to talk to him. Maybe he didn't like the cop. Maybe he said, instead of talking to you, I'll talk to your partner. Ruff, 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 ruff. Yeah. Police said the 26-year-old guy began to torment a police dog inside the patrol car by barking and shouting at it, causing the animal to become excited and very aggressive. But I always do that when I see a dog in a car. I walk by the car and go, ruff, ruff, ruff. All right. Stupid, I know. But the one thing I'm going to say is you shouldn't leave your dogs in the car. That's it. There's laws against that, you know. Don't leave your dog in the car. People bark at them. And it's not just guys there. Everybody does. Or make faces at dogs. It's like when I was driving truck and we'd pass a car with like a kid in a car seat in the back seat. As the car went past us, or if we went past a car, I'd make faces at the kid. Sorry, it's fun. Yeah. This is just a quick hop and a jump. Well, I think. I'm not really sure. Essex, Vermont. I don't think it's very far away from here. But hey, if you want a cool deal, go over to Essex, Vermont, because there's something over there called Recession Ride Taxi in Essex, Vermont. He's got a sign on his cab that says, pay what you want. And it's real. He says he hasn't been shortchanged yet either. He offers pay what you want, or pay what you can, bottles of water, Gatorade, and soda, and a free ride after 6 paid fares. Says most of his transactions are in cash, but he's also gotten a CD from a musician for a ride and a $10 supermarket card. So how cool is that? He offers his taxi service Thursday through Sunday night since June. And when he's not a taxi driver, he works full-time for the American Red Cross. What a great thing. Tip of the hat to Eric Hagan over in Essex, Vermont, for helping people fight this horrible thing we got going on. Oh, good. This was British stuff. It wasn't ours. Apparently, Brazil is shipping back to Britain a cargo ship carrying 1,477 tons of waste, including used condoms, syringes, and diapers, that apparently Britain thought Brazil wanted. What the hell? Hold on, let me try to wrap my brain around this story. Why the hell would they ship it to Brazil anyway?
Well, Britain didn't want it.
81 containers of the waste piled up on Brazilian docks since the end of 2008. And it was it was improperly labeled as plastic for recycling. Well, I mean, syringes are made out of plastic, and there's like plastic outer parts on diapers. Condoms I don't get, because condoms definitely aren't plastic. Those are latex. They recycle them into house paint, I think. I don't know. Or something.
And Andrea wants to paint the damn house. Thanks, man. That helps me out because she don't want to now.
Says there's still 150 tons still remain at the port of Rio Grande do Sul awaiting transport. The containers also held batteries, food remains, cloth, used packages of cleaning products, and other matter banned for transport under a 1991 Basel Convention. I didn't even know they had a huge trash convention.
Yeah, it's in New York.
It's in New York. That's good, Greg. Brazil's handed out $225,000 fines to the shippers and importers involved. And Britain, who was embarrassed by the fine, apparently pretended that they knew nothing about it, arrested 3 people in Swindon, where the shipments originated. They have been bailed pending legal action. I should have did the whole story in British. That's funny. Whatever you do, don't say you trash to Brazil. They don't really want it. Apparently there's a YouTube video that shows a 7-year-old kid at the wheel of a sport utility vehicle with the family cheering him on. And it's out of Toronto. And the Quebec Police and Family Services are investigating. Yeah. Apparently the boy's father was in the passenger seat. That sounds like he's teaching the kid to drive. It doesn't say whether it was on a road, whether it was at a field. I mean, but my dad did work in a campground when I was a little kid, like 10 or 11 years old. He worked in the springtime at a campground in Maine to help offset the cost of our family going up for the summer and camping. And he'd take me up with him occasionally in the springtime. And at 10 years old, I drove a bulldozer down a camp road and was never investigated.
Well, right. There's a big difference between public and private property. I mean, if
Well,
he-
yeah, I
if
mean, and
the
that
kid
doesn't-
was
it doesn't
putting the
say
public
here.
in danger, then
It doesn't say here. But it just says the family was cheering him on from the back seat and, you know, but apparently it is actually illegal for a kid under 16 to drive. I don't know. 1 minute?
Yeah.
All right, I won't do any useless informations. All right. I want to thank my crew, remind everybody that, let's see, later tonight is Youth Chautauqua. On the 12th is Keen Comic, other stuff coming up. Up next on No Spin, Chris and Randy actually found a guest this week. It's Peter Heed, the county attorney. He's going to come on and talk about county attorney things. And maybe a little acting, Lions Club stuff maybe. Who knows? It'll be fun though with Peter Heed. Who knows what's going to happen? Till next week. Peace.
Stop. There are kids watching. That's no way to teach kids how to behave.